Welcome to our webinar today. Today's webinar is the Chicco update, and you're going to learn about the new car seat and the updates to the ones you know and love. And again, today's webinar is brought to you by State Farm and Safe Kids. Next slide. So if you are watching with friends, that's perfectly fine. Usually the person that is registered for the webinar and is logged in gets credit for watching the webinar. But if you are watching with friends, that is fine. All you need to do is quickly organize an in-person session. Just designate a lead, get a sign-in sheet. And then when you put that CEU into your profile, please put it in as an in-person session instead of as a webinar. And also, if you are going to be adding questions, please make sure to add those questions into the Q&A box rather than into the chat box so that we don't miss any of your important questions. So our objectives for today's webinar are learning how to install the newest Chicco car seat, learn how to properly harness a child into that car seat, discuss the updates to the current Chicco line of car seats, and then also to understand the resources available and how to use them. So we are honored to have two great speakers on with us today. First of all, we have Courtney Barry, and Courtney is the Child Passenger Safety Advocate for Chicco USA. In her role, she keeps Chicco employees CPST certified, provides customer service training, plays an active role in development and revising child restraints, and educates CPSTs around the country. She is also currently the chair of MACPS, the Manufacturers Alliance for Child Passenger Safety. Some of her favorite experiences include teaching classes in Singapore and the Virgin Islands, but at the end of the day, teaching in her hometown of Lancaster, Pennsylvania is equally rewarding. Increasing talented technicians just helps ensure that more kids are being reached and safer on the road. Thank you, Courtney, for everything you do. And we also have on the call with us today, Joshua Dilts. And next slide. And Josh is a passionate advocate for child passenger safety. He joined Chicco as the lead car seat product manager in 2014. Josh is the father of three, and his real-life experience provides continued inspiration and motivation for creating solutions that make it easier for families to travel safely with car seats. As a key player in development projects at Chicco, Josh is involved in all aspects of car safety, from design to messaging, consumer instruction, community engagement, and more, all rooted in a passion and understanding for keeping children safer during travel throughout each stage of growth and development. And thank you both for being on today. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Josh.
So actually, it's coming to Courtney. And I just want to thank you, Steph, and State Farm and Safe Kids for having us today. And I would like to thank all of you for taking your time out of your busy days to join us. Josh and I are so excited to be here today to talk to you about the Fit 360. As many of you know, Chicco USA is part of the global Artsana group based in Como, Italy. Chicco USA is located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is where Josh and I are today. We ask that you stay on till the very end today because we are going to have a raffle that we'll talk about a little bit later. But first, Josh is going to get us started off today as we take a deep dive into the Fit 360, and we're going to meet our Fit 360 rotating convertible car seats.
Thank you, Courtney. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. I definitely agree with Courtney. We are so excited to walk you through all that we have to share today, especially launching our brand new Chicco Fit 360 rotating convertible car seat. So my goal for the next, let's just say 10 to 12 minutes is I want to give you a little bit of background into the inspiration of the development and the design and the reason for being for the Fit 360. It's been a wonderful project, a long duration of design, iterations, and development, and our talented team here. It couldn't be more proud of our new launch. So I'd like to give you just a little bit of background here for Chicco specifically. Hopefully, those of you do know about who we are at Chicco, as we always like to make sure our pillars of car safety specifically is to be the easiest car seats to install correctly and the easiest car seats to use correctly every time. And that's always been our pillar. We always want to make sure that our car seats are easy to fit the child and fit the vehicle. And we've always tried to make sure that instruction and everything in between installation and use is just making it easier for families to travel safely. So during our years of development, we did a little bit of research, and it's mainly we wanted to take a look at how many times are parents and families and caregivers installing and securing a child into a car seat. And while we had a hunch, it was really confirming to understand that after asking over 1,400 experienced families, that over 82% of parents who were surveyed use a car seat, meaning that they're placing a child in and out of that car seat more than 10 times per week. And just to let you know, more than 25% of them said more than 15 times per week. So if you multiply that over the duration of a car seat, specifically a convertible car seat, those are hundreds, if not thousands of times that you're using and then having that opportunity of misuse. So while Chicco has always been the easiest to install correctly, our next generation movement and passion is to make every day easier. And that was the inspiration behind our brand new Chicco Fit 360 rotating convertible car seat. And it has been for the multiple years of development, the all-around easiest to use car seat every day. And I love this picture. This picture embodies the inspiration for the development of this car seat. So many times that we as parents, as caregivers, as technicians, and educators lead parents to this moment. You've installed the car seat correctly, but then now it's this everyday operation of carrying my child, placing them into the car seat correctly. Maybe the baby's not as happy as this one is right now, because babies sometimes aren't happy every single day and every time to get into the car seat. But if it can be easier for parent and easier for child, that's a huge win. But also, if you can see in this image, it was not just about rotating, and it's not just about installation. And I'm going to get into all those details, which we are so proud of. But as you can see here, see how the harness is open, the crotch buckle is flexed forward. Everything is open and ready. So that way it's not only easier, but it's mainly going to make it that much easier to get it right. And the baby is going to be sitting correctly, and you're going to be able to have the operation of buckling the harness, buckling the crotch buckle, securing the chest clip, and then tightening it properly and fitting it correctly on the child. And this is the whole reason for being, and we couldn't be more prouder. So I just wanted you all to kind of get a feel for that. So you've heard me talk a little bit about the inspiration. I'm just going to we're going to share just a quick little 30-second little demo video so you can kind of see the Fit 360 in action. And then I'm going to walk you through all the details and installation and everything that we are so excited to bring to you guys today. So here's the little video for everyone. All right. All right. So I hope that was a little helpful to kind of get the basis here. So here's a little bit of details for you about the Fit 360. So the Fit 360 rotating convertible car seat. It is the MSRP, meaning what we're going to be selling it at is $399.99. It is a convertible car seat, right? And it goes from you have your rear facing with harness mode, and that's 4 to 40 pounds. And you have your forward facing mode, which is 25 to 65 pounds. So it is a full 360 degrees rotation. You have a one hand rotation at either side. Maybe you can see it in that bottom left picture. That's one of the rotation handles where mom's squeezing it to release it and then rotate it into the locked rear facing position or rotate it into the forward facing position. And then we also have the quick secure harness system featuring Chicco's owned and developed and designed new magnetic chest clip. It's a really great step forward in your everyday operation of the car seat, and we just wanted to go from start to finish every single thing that you can do to make sure that you are aware. And I just want to let everybody know, we'll get into the details and the specs of the height allowance, the harness heights and the internal widths. We'll be getting there shortly. I'm just going to walk everybody through some of the features. And then, so in addition to that, right, our goal was not only to rotate, but through our years, decades of education and understanding and developing car seats, we brought many new innovations into this car seat. For one, we have built-in ventilation in the backrest. Those are open ventilation holes to ensure child or children are as comfortable as possible. So that way they're just able to ride. As we all know, an unhappy child getting into in and out of the car seat makes the operation that much more difficult every day. We're also going to have 15 position headrest heights. So this is the most that Chicco has ever come out with. And what that does is really it's geared around making sure that we're able to fit children correctly, because every child is unique. Every child grows at their own pace, and we want to make sure that we're fitting as best as possible. We also have, and I'm calling it out as ergonomic comfort, but I want you to see in that far right picture, see how the child is more open and the way that they're sitting more comfortably. The Fit 360 took a lot of time to not only rotate, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with some of the new rotation seats out there. It is a challenge to be able to have a car seat that is safe and easy to use and easy to install. But it's also a challenge to make sure that you're able to fit within a vehicle envelope that is going to fit in the most amount of vehicles. And then on top of that, making sure that children are particularly comfortable. So it's called included angle, which is the internal seat dimensions. And we took an ergonomic seat dimension internally that is more open. And included angle, I can just skip right to it, which is if anyone right now is sitting in a chair, right, in that chair, you're likely not at a more open than a 90-degree angle. And we know everyone who sits in any kind of chair or seated position wants to be in a much more open position than 90 degrees. And we were able to open that up, and just to make sure children are comfortable and excited to use the car seat for many years to come. And then it just makes the securing them in that car seat that much better in addition to that. So, okay, so that's a little bit about our whole user interaction, but let's talk about installation. So our Fit 360 rotating convertible car seat is designed uniquely, and we'll get a little bit more into details on how you install. But the seat itself is a child restraint system. It's a two-part system. You have the seat and the base that operate together for use. But to make installation easier, we have an operation where you simply move the seat to the loading position, use a seat removal tool, which we're going to show you in a little video a little bit later, and then you're able to use both rotation handles to remove the seat. And look how much easier it is to install a base. We've all installed bases for infant car seats, and we know how big and heavy convertible car seats are and all-in-ones can be. So we wanted to make sure that this was as simple and easy process as possible. In addition to that, this is a new innovation from Chicco. It's the lever lock self-tensioning lock system. So you simply place the base onto the vehicle seat. You have 6 recline positions with our bubble level, very similar touch points so that if you're familiar with Chicco car seats, orange is our primary touch point, but this is new. This was designed and developed for seat belts specifically. This is the recommended installation because it was designed and developed for vehicle seat belts, specifically lap and shoulder. And I want you guys to see in image 2, right? So our gentleman here opened the seat after they reclined it and put that top tether across over the top, right? But you get to image 2. Do you see how the shoulder belt slides up into a shoulder belt guide while the lap belt is across on the bottom belt guides? And then you simply take the self-tensioning lock system door, lever lock door, and you close it shut to a full click, and it's flush against the base. And that self-tensioning lock system, you're going to have to try it for yourself, but we are so proud of the stability that provides in terms of side to side and front to back. It is our best installation to date, especially with the seatbelt. It is something that we are so excited about. So we want to tell you, we will also include the ability to purchase a second base separately, and that will be at the price point of $179.99. So that's the Fit 360 base. Okay. All right. So all that to say, again, these are our inspirations, right? You have a young child able to be secured correctly. Parent is able to not worry or stress about this everyday operation of correctly securing my child. And then you have this easy operation of being able to rotate the seat, and children, as they even get older into the higher weight forward facing, it's just an easier day for them to get in and out of the vehicle. So there's a little bit about the inspiration. So let's get a little bit into the details. Okay. So next we're going to talk about specifically the Fit 360 installation. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we'll get a little bit into a little bit of the research here. So this was just an image I took with our team. We did extensive years of research, of vehicle fit research of installation for our new technology of the lever lock. This was just one of the many places that we went to, and one of the many vehicle shows that we were able to try out new vehicles. And obviously we try out old vehicles, but it was important to us to really get this right and make sure that there is an easy installation for many vehicles. This is a short list, but a very strong list. But we have a continued research, years of research of installation, and something we're proud of here. So for the installation, this is a really nice part to let everyone know. On the side of every Fit 360, on each side, there's a QR code. You can see it in that image. In addition to that, there's a QR code in the center of the base as well. You simply, like all QR codes, you're able to take your cell phone and you're able to just jump right to this website, which is chiccofit360.com. Each of you can jump on right now and take a look at it while we walk you through some of our website here. But it was designed to be an information center for our product. Anything that you would need, whether it's instruction videos, how to install correctly with the seatbelt, how to install with the latch, how to remove the soft goods for washing, how to replace the soft goods, All instruction videos should be uploaded within the next couple weeks. And obviously the Chicco Fit 360 will be available for sale the first week of March. But so that QR site jumps you to this, right? And please forgive me, we're on a screen, right? But this QR site was designed for mobile. So if you can imagine the left side you see here, that's your scrolling all the way down to different parts here. So we just broke it into 2 parts. But simply, everybody gets to this site, and you're able to click on what or touch on your smartphone on where you need to go, install in your vehicle, rear-facing usage, forward-facing usage, our accessories that we're going to get to in a little bit, and then also how to get to your manual, register your Fit 360, and then a direct link to our Chicco customer service. So let's just say we touched on how to install into your vehicle. And this is just some really key images here for you. So the very first thing you're going to do when you get a Chicco Fit 360 and you take it out of the box and you need to install it into the vehicle, it will come in the forward-facing position, like all convertible car seats do. And then you're going to you can squeeze on one side, and it's important for everyone to see that. See the orange? Orange is our touch point. Right on the side, on that first image, you're going to squeeze the orange release handle or the seat release handle to rotate into that loading position or that 90-degree angle, right? It's a 90-degree turn. And then we include on the harness, you can see in the center image is a seat removal tool. And that seat removal tool is connected to the end of our 5-point harness webbing, the harness webbing that you pull to tighten and loosen the 5-point harness. So it's simply connected there. And right on the front of the base, you can see here in this center image is a little smile. And that seat removal tool will be pressed into the seat removal tool keyhole area, and you'll listen for an audible click. And then you let go of the seat removal tool and you squeeze with both hands. You will hit both of the handles to release and lift out the Fit 360 seat from its base. Here is a wonderful video by our famous Courtney, and just so you guys can see the operation.
But you really want to listen for the click.
Well done, Courtney.
Thanks.
And so then, okay, you've successfully removed the seat from the base, and now it's time to get into installing the base into your vehicle. Okay, so then you have your base. We want to let everyone know, and you're going to see it when you have a chance to get your hands on one of the Fit 360s. We have a nice little tag on our top tether, and we want to tell everyone we always use top tether when available. So it's important for everyone to know that we encourage top tether usage for the entire duration of your usage of the product, but when available. So it's not a mandate, but we want to encourage top tether usage always when it's available in the vehicle seating position that you're in available. So first off, you get the top tether over top, which is it's secured in the back of the base. But then you'll see the recline leveling system. You just lift up the 6-position recline leveling system until the bubble is between the 2 lines. And then you're going to open the lever lock door, and you see that in the image 2. And it's kind of a 2-position. We have a kind of a safety on it, we have a safety on it to make sure that it's a purposeful opening. So you have your thumb on the top, and then that opens it up for the bottom hand to lift up and release the door from the base and open it up for you to install. So the next thing you're going to do here is you take the vehicle seat belt, the lap shoulder belt, and you route it through those belt guides. So it's those polished areas, and we have instruction labels that are pointing to it. You can maybe gather it from some of these images, but you want to route the vehicle seat belt behind the lever lock door and across the both belt paths, and then buckle the seat. The lap belt will lay flat over the belt path. And we also want to make sure that you see here that the shoulder belt will always go where it naturally wants to go, and you slide it into that shoulder belt guide, and that's simply going to keep it out of place. But what you see here, and I want to make sure everybody understands this, this is new, and it's something we're really proud of. This is 3 points of contact. It is a first of its kind for a vehicle seatbelt lock-off system, and it's a self-tensioning lock-off, and this is the locked position. So then once you're done, you close the door, the lever lock door, until it's flush, and you hear that full click, and the whole door is flush up against the system, and you are fully installed. And then your last part is going to be that you go and find your top tether that you've put over the side, make sure it's hooked, and pull it tight. Okay. All right. Now we've installed the vehicle into the vehicle for the base. Now it's time for you to install the seat, and is simply here we have the ergonomic handles kind of made nice and positioned. You'll see it when you have a chance to operate this car seat, but even the cup holders, they're soft TPU cup holders, and they're kind of curved out, so you can actually rest your forearms in it, so it makes it just a little bit easier to operate and lift the seat into the base. And I want to make sure everybody understands that the Fit 360 seat will only connect into the base at this 90-degree angle. It's not to be confused with infant car seats that they can just go in and out or any which way. It must be at this loading position that you see here from either side, right side or like driver side or passenger side, but it has to go in at this angle. So just in case you ever come across that while you're doing any of your tech CPST education seminars or anything like that, not inside a vehicle. All right, so I'm going to kick this over here to our wonderful Courtney, and who's going to show you all about Fit 360 latch installation.
Hi, everyone. So I see lots of good questions coming in. We promise we will try to address some of them as we go along, but also at the end. So just keep them coming, and that's great. The great thing with the latch installation, it's very similar to the seatbelt installation. However, we are saying we do prefer the seatbelt installation. It's very stable. A parent doesn't have to know at what weight to switch it. But just, to note, we do want you to see how it's done. So on the base at the back is a compartment for your lower anchors. So you're going to locate your lower anchor storage compartment, get them out, and fully loosen them all the way. Then you're going to put your base against the vehicle seat, open up the lever lock door, and pull the anchors through. Once the anchors are through, you're going to lay them flat. So where that seatbelt path is, it's a nice shiny plastic. So we're going to make sure that those lower anchors are draped over that. And then we're going to attach the lower anchors, and you're going to pull the adjuster strap tight. So you're going to take all the slack out of the adjuster strap of the lower anchors. Once you've done that, once it's clicked in, we're going to pull up on the last adjuster strap, make it tight. Then you're going to close the lever lock door, and you've taken out all the slack, and it should be tight. If it's not, just like we would do with anything, we're going to open up the lever lock door, pull a little more slack out of that lower anchor belt, and close it. Adjust your tether, tighten your tether, and our latch is installed. So we tried to keep it as simple as possible with the seatbelt. We're going to talk about the weights with it in a little bit. And so we're just going to move on to child fit now with Josh. Hey.
Thanks, Courtney. All right, so let me get right here. All right. Oops, hit the wrong button. All right. So child fit. Okay. We talked a little bit earlier about our inspiration, and always this is a pillar of Chicco car seats, but we always want to make sure that you understand this is a next generation child fit, and this is something we spend a lot of time on. So first off, you loosen the 5-point harness. We are excited to let everyone know, if you are familiar with the Key Fit and the My Fit, that way that it is almost frictionless in terms of our loosening and tightening, we have the same system here, and it is very easy to loosen and tighten and get a correct, nice nice secure fit on the child in terms of your 5-point harness. So it's going to be really easy to loosen and tighten. But then also, I want you to see here, we have the crotch buckle. It's the flex forward crotch buckle that wants to always fall forward. I want to make sure everyone understands. We did a lot of research. We surveyed over 1,600 families and parents, experienced parents, and we asked them, hey, what is some of the most frustrating parts of car seats that you do in your everyday operation? While most of them, the majority of the answers were overwhelmingly buckling my child, we dug a little deeper and asked a little bit deeper questions. And inside that buckling, buckling my child was, it is so frustrating having the crotch buckle, having to dig that crotch buckle from underneath my child and always trying to find it and fish for it. So we spent some time, and now we have this flex forward crotch buckle that really makes it easier for parents to get that child in and out. And then you see the harness pockets and that magnetic chest clip, all making it easy to open and be ready for child. So once you have everything open and the 5-point harness ready and waiting for you, you can simply place your child into the seat and ensure a child is positioned correctly with their back flat against the backrest, and then adjust the headrest position to fit your child correctly. As we all know, as we are CPST techs, right? You want to be at or below the shoulders for rear facing, and at or above the shoulders with their 5-point harness slot to make sure children are correctly seated and secured. And then you can get a good close up there of that magnetic chest clip as we're seeing questions come in. We're excited to talk about it, but this is something that we're really thrilled about, and we think you're going to like it too. So once you buckle, and this is a great image here to explain the magnetic chest clip. So you buckle and tighten the 5-point harness. Harness straps should always be positioned at or above or below, right? And then you put the chest clip, should be connected at the armpit. So to connect the magnetic chest clip, there's a center post, and you simply hover over the center post and connect. And the magnets will definitely secure that chest clip for you. But we want everyone to know it's not magnets that are holding the chest clip together. There is a very nice, large, rigid post that holds that in place. It's the magnets help guide it and just make that overall interaction that much easier. In addition, the magnetic chest clip, when you push to open, you see those two buttons there to open. We want you to know it's actually, we have a reverse polarization that actually helps push that away from itself to make it easier. We have also done our research. We've done our homework too, and we found the dexterity of children, right? So while the magnetic chest clip was designed for caregivers, we want to make sure that it's not so, well, it's easy for caregivers. We want to make sure it's not so easy for children. And the dexterity of the pointer finger and the thumb, we found that it's very difficult for children, especially over the ages of 2.5, 3 years old, to have that dexterity. And then we weighted that dexterity to be correct for adults, not for children. So we want to make sure you guys understand a lot of thought went into this to make sure it's not so easy for kids, the Houdini children, to get out of the harness, but it's going to be easy for adults. All right. So then once you have your children secured, just like we are with these happy little children here, they were wonderful to photograph this day. We want to make sure everyone knows you always rotate the seat into the locked position of rear facing or forward facing position. And there is an indicator, a green and red indicator. And we want everyone to know, whenever you are, before you are driving, always rotate the seat to the green before you begin driving. All right. So there's a red, green, you see in the green in the left image, that is in the correct rear facing position. And or you can go to forward facing as well, but you always want to make sure it is green before driving, because that verifies that it is in the ready to ride position of rear facing or forward facing. All right, and I can kick it back over here to the lovely Courtney for child requirements.
All right. So this is just taken from the manual, just so everyone can see. For rear facing, we're going to go to 4 to 40 pounds. And then forward facing is going to go 25 to 65 pounds. The rear facing height is going to be 43 inches. And like all of our other convertibles, the rear facing height is 49 inches. So we tried to stay as consistent as possible with all of our convertibles. Oop, didn't mean to, well, it's going crazy, everyone. It's going crazy. All right. So I know all of you love to walk around with your measuring tapes. And so I wanted to try to help get this out for you. On your form, it says the fully reclined length is 33 inches. So Josh and I got a little nerdy and we were thinking about it. We're like, if you put that in the vehicle seat, it's going to have an angle. And also, where are you actually measuring from when seats, if they're reclined? So what we did was we took it out today and put it in a seat, and we measured it from the seat bite, and then put like a board so we could say how long it is. So it's 27 inches. So we tried to get very particular because I know you love that. The fully upright height is about 32.5 inches. Our harness height is 18 inches. Now remember, this is a convertible car seat, so we're not trying to go like we do with the MyFit. The hip width is about 10, seat depth 12.5. The lowest harness height with the insert, and I'm just going to move on, I think, to this next spot. Okay. All right, I'm just going to move on to the next spot. So our head and body positioner, we're really excited about. We created this with EPP foam, and it's a very substantial insert. We wanted to make sure that we could accommodate that 4-pound child. And so the measurements were about 7 inches for harness height, 3 inches for crotch buckle. And this insert really helps us attain that, because we want to fit our smallest babies, but we also want to fit our tallest kids as well. So we're excited about that. The thing to remind all of you is that the head, the body, and the head insert need to come out at 11 pounds. So both need to come out at 11 pounds. And that's just something we're going to have to remind the parents. All right.
Right.
Let's
It's
go.
the fun stuff. So, so we have created accessories as well for your Fit 360. So, for $29.99, we designed and developed a Fit 360 rear-facing mirror. This mirror is very unique in terms that it connects securely directly to the top of the base, and you can see that in all of these awesome images. But it was our intention to make sure it's it encourages caregivers to continue rear facing as long as possible, right? To maximize those rear facing limits. But it also encourages that connection between caregiver and parent. Also, side note, children just really have it just is a positive experience for kids every time we replace them in here. So it gives them something else to also look at. But we want you to know it's crash test approved. So we have this very secure connection and locking position. It's really simple. You just place it within the grooves as the instructions will show you. You see in the far right image that there is a lever, and you simply open that lever all the way. You place the mirror on top of the base into the two tongue grooves, and you simply close that lever shut, and it is a secure installation with no adjustment needed. And I say no adjustment needed because it is designed with the Fit 360 base. And if you remember from our installation of the base is installed between the bubble between the two lines. So while you have now created the base to be in the same angle for every vehicle, doesn't matter, because of our adjustment and our availability to adjust the base. Once you've put that in the correct angle, that base, that mirror, will now be at the designed intended angle. It has a convex mirror, so then it allows you to have a little bit more open space. And we've tested it in many vehicles, and it is a great fit in terms of adjust your rear view mirror, and you'll be able to easily have eye-to-eye contact with your child. So that is the Fit 360 mirror, $29.99 as an accessory. And we always like to let everyone know we also have the Chicco car seat travel bag at $99.99. It's got the 4 spinner wheels and it fits every Chicco car seat. So it's a great rubberized, waterproof, ultra durable car seat travel bag. And for those of you who like to travel with your tech seats, with your car seats, as you travel throughout the country, it's a great one to also connect you with. And a reminder, the Chicco Fit 360 base, like I mentioned before, will be available as a separate purchase, the Fit 360 base. A reminder though, the Fit 360 base, the Fit 360 rotating convertible car seat is a 2-part child restraint system. Both parts, the car seat and the base, are required for securing a child in the vehicle, but we are making it available to purchase at the price of $179.99. Your additional base for your extra car, for grandparents' car, to easily secure into that vehicle, but you must have the seat be able to install correctly into the base for the child restraint system to work. All right. And that just came in, the Fit 360 rotating convertible car seat. For those of you who didn't catch it on the beginning, it is sold at $399.99 and will be available the beginning of March. All right, so I'm going to kick this off to Courtney.
So we're gonna swivel around on our chairs a little bit. So I'm just gonna go through our car seats just to put them in front of you, just to remind you where we're at. And then with each category, I'm gonna give you one of our more frequently asked questions, just some good, food for thought. So here's our infant only car seats, and we do have the ages with them. As all of you know, this is a general statement. If a child is in the higher percentile of weight, they might outgrow it sooner, or lower, they might use it longer. Question that I get often, so much so that we made this cute little TikTok. Why does the carrier move in the base? And it's okay if it moves. It has to move a little bit to be able to take it out. But I'll have parents, just to make sure, look at how the release button triggers the different parts of the carrier. Make sure they're moving correctly. Make sure your base is installed well. And then put it in, and now you know where it's attaching, lift up and make sure that that's good. So I don't want to ever think a parent doesn't have something wrong. So this also helps them get more familiar with their car seat. With our convertible car seats, we have our Next Fit Max, and now, of course, the Fit 360. And there aren't a lot of changes with those, but we do often get the question, and this applies also to our all-in-one car seats, if the back, and even with our infant seats, can the back of the seat touch the seat in front of it? It can lightly. We don't want that to be wedged. We don't want the seat in front of it to be, the thing that's making it stable or secure in the car. Our all-in-one car seats, we have the One Fit and the Fit 4. Sadly to say, the Fit 4 is no longer in production, but it is going to be out there. So we will always have our supporting videos, the manuals, all the things that you will need at a car seat check. So if a Fit 4 does come in, or if a parent needs access to that, they will have that. So that will always be there. We often get asked the question, can you lock the seat belt after you use the lock off? This across the board for all of our car seats is okay. As long as you use the lock off first, you can then switch the retractor. And that goes for the Fit 360 as well, because I saw that question in some of the questions. For our MyFit harness to booster, I just addressed the question, then this is pretty common. Can the seat touch the headrest of the vehicle seat? So as you see in the incorrect picture, the top of the shell of that car seat is on the headrest. We don't want all the crash forces going into the headrest. So what are your solutions? You can remove the headrest. Well, what if it can't come off? Maybe recline the car seat. The MyFit does have recline in it. So you can even see in that correct picture, there is a gap behind that. That is okay. There's a recline built into the car seat, so a gap can happen. And then recline the vehicle seat, that can change the angle of the headrest as well. For our belt positioning boosters, the Kid Fit and our Go Fit backless boosters, I would say this is something I get questions about a lot. And really, it's because we've trained parents so well to install car seats so tightly. So both the pictures on the left and the right are kind of trying to show you how a parent has made the anchors so tight that the back of the booster seat is not laying against the vehicle seat. Oftentimes, all parents have to do is back those anchors off a little bit and let it be a little more loose. I always explain to parents the purpose of the anchors is to help hold the car seat in place when it's not in use. But at the end of the day, the vehicle's seatbelt and safety systems, they're going to do all the work in the crash. And so sometimes that just helps parents get to the other side of, oh, wait, we're moving on to the next stage. So it's a good way to be. For our resources, if you go to our website, I cannot tell you enough how much I want you to use all of these things. If you scroll to the bottom of our website, you're going to see the product manuals, all of our current product manuals, product videos. There are product videos for every car seat. The Fit 360 videos are almost done. So when you use that QR code, the Fit 360 will have all the videos to install the car seat. So you'll get a nice, good, deep look, just like we do with all of our other car seats. And the other one I also want to call out, I don't think I call out enough, is our customer service line. If you have a parent who has an issue with their car seat, and it might be a warranty issue or a question that's really, really meant for us, direct them to this link, send them this link. It helps put them in our system. It helps us understand things that are happening with our car seats, but also if there's an action that we need to take, we already have all their information. So it's really good. So please, please use all of those things. The other thing I just wanted to point out is that we do have a car seat and stroller comparison chart. And a lot of parents will ask, you know, what car seat goes with what stroller and those types of questions. Those are also really good resources for parents. Josh, you want to tell them?
Yeah, so
All
we
right.
are going to have a giveaway. Today's webinar raffle will have a giveaway for our first Fit 360 rotating convertible car seat. And we will include a Fit 360 rear-facing mirror. All right, so we will definitely be get those claps and the hearts. Oh, I love it. We will be giving away one Fit 360 and the mirror for today's webinar raffle, and we are so excited.
When's that going to be available, Josh?
So the Fit 360 is available for purchase the first week of March. So we will be shipping one of those or both of those units out to today's winner as soon as that's ready, the first week of March.
So Steph's going to announce that after our Q&A, but I would like to just finish with our contact information. So with Chicco USA as our website, our YouTube channel has all of our videos as well. For customer service, all of our customer service reps are technicians. Please use them. They know the answers to the most common questions with our car seats. And if they don't, they will get them the help that they need. So that's great. And if you don't win the raffle today, the other fun thing is we do have a one-time thank you tech coupon code that if you send me, at the bottom is my email address, chiccocps.usa, and I will send you a coupon code to use on our website. Right now, we don't have the Fit 360 in, so you can use it for other car seats, but eventually when we do. I did see a question about demo seats, and we won't have those available right away for demo seats. We want to get them out to the parents first, but eventually we will have those as an option as well. So I think, Steph, we're ready for some questions, and we were kind of logging some of the questions too, but do you have a strategy you would like to go with?
You bet. I see that there are a lot of questions, and I'm going to leave this slide up during the Q&A. So that way, if your question does not get asked today, you can go ahead and hit up any of these avenues to be able to ask your question. Just again with those winners, because that is great. And I've never seen so many hearts and cheers for that. But watch the National CPS Certification Facebook page, and I will put the winner on there when we are done with our webinar. I will put the winner on there, and then Courtney will reach out to you by email to set up how to get that seat to you. So going with that, I try to categorize the questions a little bit, and there were some questions about the magnetic clip. The first one, does the magnetic clip make it harder for kids to undo it?
I can jump on that one. When we talked about it earlier in the slides, and maybe the question came in before I kind of answered that. The magnetic chest clip was designed specifically to make it easy for caregivers, which is it has a magnetic connection when trying to connect it, but also it has a reverse polarization to push away. However, the two buttons that were designed and developed require high degree of dexterity, and we've developed this knowing after many years of research with child safety that children require that kind of dexterity with their pointer finger and thumb above the age of 2.5, if not 3. But also you'll find that the weight that we have measured it, the weight in terms of the need for how hard you have to pinch, I guess, the pointer finger and thumb together is just the right amount where it's not easy for children, but it is just the right weight for parents.
Okay, and then to go along with that, Josh or Courtney, the magnetic chest clip, is it able to be replaced with a regular chest clip from Chico for a child with a medical device who maybe shouldn't use the magnetic clip? Emily's asking.
That is something that we are still, our goal is to have one. We are still working on that, but we absolutely have recognized that that's something that we need to have.
Okay. All right. And then there was one other question about the magnetic clip. Is it intuitive for EMS personnel to unclip?
It's literally squeezing the button together and it releases. It's not, it looks like most other 2-part chest clips, like where you have to pinch it.
And we polished the area to kind of call it out where you have to pinch.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then Mackenzie asked, can 2 of the seats be comfortably put in side by side, or do they need more space?
So we were doing this the other day, and you can have them side by side, but you can't necessarily have them both rotated at the same time. So if you take one child out, rotate it forward facing or rear facing, go to the other side, you know, they both, when they meet in the middle, depending on how wide your car is, you might not be able to have them both in that ready to ride position, but they can be side by side.
Okay.
Yep. And
Perfect.
if I could add too, our
Sure.
total width of the Fit 360, when it's in its ready to ride position, right, rear facing or forward facing, the total width is 18.25 inches wide. So it's a pretty slim design when it's in its ready to ride position. But to Courtney's point too, rotation takes up extra room, but it is a slim car seat when in the ready to ride.
Okay. There were a few questions about the key, and the one that there were a couple of questions. Is it replaceable in case it gets broken or shut in a car door or something, you know, something like that?
Yes. So you will contact Chicco USA customer service. And what's nice about the seat removal tool, the little orange key at the end of the harness, it is not permanently affixed to the harness. There's a little catch that you can kind of work its way and slide it out. So we can get you a new one if you need, if there's any reason for getting an additional one, and you're simply able to slide that and lock it right back onto the harness.
And to that end, if there's something wrong, you don't have it, it's not available, that little keyhole is big enough that you could, if you still have a car key, or if you have, you know, you can put, as long as you can get the pressure into it. You know how techs are. I got some firemen who I got a chance to try that out, and my key fit right in there. And so I could release it. So we did make it so that if you don't have that tool, you can still take your car seat out.
Perfect. That's great to know. A couple of questions about inflatable seatbelts. And again, just to reiterate, if you did talk about that, can it be used with an inflatable seatbelt?
So you cannot use it with inflatable seatbelts. It's pretty much across the board like it is with all of our car seats. And just to reiterate, Steph, on the whole seatbelt space, I did see that there was a question about lap belt only installation. There is a separate set of instructions for lap belt only. And we didn't go into that today. And if you have more questions about it, please contact me and we can talk it through. But there is a separate set of instructions for that.
Okay, we have 46 more questions, but we have time
Well,
for just a couple more. Go
Steph,
ahead, Courtney.
I went through some of the things. I
Sure.
feel like there was a question about airplane approved. There
Sure.
is a it is airplane approved, and the instructions are in the manual on how to do that. It's not going to be the same as the installation for seatbelt. There was questions about tether use. And so we did talk about how we want to tether. The tether must be used if there's a tether anchor in that position. And you are going to tether both rear facing and forward facing. So this is great because it's like you have that tether anchor. It's having that equivalent of a load leg, you know, with a tether anchor for rear facing and for forward facing. So we're very excited about that. The other thing is with the latch weights, the seat as a whole is a little heavier. So we round down for the lower anchors. So if you are using lower anchors at 30 pounds, you have to switch to the seat belt. And at 35 pounds, you switch to the seat belt for forward facing. Does that make sense? So 30 pounds for rear facing and 35 pounds for forward facing.
You bet. Yeah,
Okay.
you bet. Courtney, were there any others that jumped out at you that you wanted to cover? Or Josh?
I just wanted to reiterate about videos. So the instruction videos will be up on our that QR site and obviously our website as well. But the KikoFit360.com mobile site, mobile friendly site, our instruction videos on how to install with seatbelt, install with latch, use the recline adjustment, how to attach the tether, how to secure your child in rear-facing and forward-facing position, how to use the seat removal tool, how to remove the soft goods and replace the soft goods. They should all be up and live by February the 22nd, if not that third week of February, just in time before we launch the Fit 360 for sale the first week of March.
Okay, and then the last question, Marla did ask a couple of times, and so I just want to give her that opportunity. How heavy is the seat without the base?
No, it's a great question. So the Fit 360, I'll work it backwards. Fit 360, the seat and the base together, right? The rotating convertible car seat child restraint system is 33.6 pounds. And the seat, when removed from the base, the seat weighs just about 16 pounds.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, again, for those of you, apologies for not being able to hit all of the questions, but there in front of you are those avenues that you can go to get your questions answered. And again, I saw a couple of questions. It will be the National CPS Certification Facebook page. This afternoon, I'll have the winner of that seat put on that page for you and then reach out to the winner. So thank you both so much for a great webinar. Courtney, if you wouldn't mind going to the next slide. It was really informative. Thank you. Is there anything else either one of you would like to close with before I talk about CEUs?
No, well, we truly appreciate everyone's time and attention. It's been it was just we were really excited. If you can't tell, we were passionate about child passenger safety and making car seats easy to use. And if you can't tell, we are super passionate about our new Chicco Fit 360 because it takes our ease of use to the next generation of easy to use every day. We really appreciate everybody. And one statement, I just wanted to make sure that we were talking about the seat weight. We want to make sure you guys know that Fit 360 was not designed to lift the seat up and carry children to the other vehicle like an infant car seat. It was designed as a convertible car seat that rotates, that you can easily take your child in and out of the car seat, if that makes sense. So we truly appreciate it. Courtney, anything else from you?
No, just please send me your questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And thank you all for giving us your time today.
All right. So with that, I just want to remind everybody that after you close out from the webinar, a survey will pop up. It's not mandatory, but you can fill out that survey for us. But then tomorrow afternoon, after 2 p.m. Eastern time, you will get an email from Zoom that will have your event ID for one CEU. If you don't see that tomorrow afternoon after 2 p.m. Eastern time, please check your spam folder. If you don't see it there, my email's there, sheitch@safekids.org. Shoot me an email. I'll confirm your attendance and get you a confirmation email sent out to you. So again, Courtney, Josh, thank you for a great webinar. We appreciate your time and we appreciate everyone's time for being on with us. Have a wonderful, great, and safe day, everybody.